Did you guys think you can get rid of me that easy? No, we're back. I've been a little busy. We're going to cover why and where I've been in a different video, but I want to talk about the developers and update that we just got, I guess yesterday by the time you see this video. Again, I've been a little busy and preoccupied with a different project, but we have not quit Diablo Immortal. In fact, we are still very much grinding. To take a little bit of a break, which was admittedly kind of nice, but now it just got me more re-engaged to be excited again for Diablo Immortal. So if you guys missed me, well, I'm here. I'm back. And I'll show you in a video tomorrow where I've been. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. Let's talk about this new, well, I guess I shouldn't do this, the dev update video. So I want to talk about it a little bit as we react to it. So let's go ahead and look at it.
Welcome back to another Diablo Immortal dev.
Already pausing. First off, I love these videos. Having the honor and the privilege of being able to meet a lot of these guys, they are actually very genuine. I know a lot of this looks very staged and more or less scripted, which it is. But again, like they're all actually really awesome people. And they're all very, very passionate. And while the team is obviously immensely smaller than it was 3 years ago when the game first came out, these guys are all, guys and gals and individuals are all just incredibly passionate about Diablo Immortal. So really, really cool to see them in this sort of aspect, being a little silly and having fun with it. But let's go ahead and get back to it.
Update. Patch 4.1. Flesh Harvest, baby.
I'm Ryan Quinn, Senior Narrative Designer.
And I'm John Yu, Lead System Designer.
This patch is so exciting and so badass, we're bringing in a whole team of developers to tell you all about it.
That's right. We're diving into the new main quest with an all-new zone, more Albrecht drama, major updates to Cycle of Strife, and so much more.
Well, let's not keep the players waiting, John.
All right, all right. Roll the tape.
Flesh Harvest is the next chapter in Diablo Immortal's Epic of Madness. And in this patch, we'll finally get to see a shard-born paradise emerge on Sanctuary.
I think it's really funny he uses the word paradise in this video. Just by the way, when they talk about the map itself in the new zone, very, very excited to get a new zone is at least what it sounds like we're getting. And the story is always like, they do such a good job with the story. It's, you know, I'm not a big story or lore guy when it comes to video games, but they just do such an awesome job. And they basically just dropped a massive nuke on everything that we've been doing in Diablo Immortal until recently with this update. So
today I'm joined by Emil Salim, lead artist for Diablo Immortal, to talk all about it.
In patch 4.1, you'll be exploring even more of the Charvel Wild Zone. You've been to the Darkened Glade, Moonlit Highland, the village of Orthrop, and the town of High Fork. Now, it's time to step into two new lands, the Boil of Creation and the Wicker Fields.
The Boil of Creation sounds so gross.
We're unlocking the Charvel Wilds as a wilderness zone, just like Southern Dreadlands, Ancient's Cradle, and all the rest. You can farm, complete bounties, kill wanted monsters, and participate in a new zone event, where you'll chase a corrupted fae across the wilderness while it uses its powers to evade you and destroy.
Also, that boy thick. That's a big monster.
Charvel's Harvest Festival is in full swing in the Wicker Fields, and the atmosphere of revolt we saw in Prince of Freedom is boiling over. A gigantic shardborn hive we lovingly call the Boil of Creation is growing in the Wicker Fields. And Emil, these visuals wound up pretty different from the rest of the zone.
Yep, and that's intentional. You'll notice the color palette shift from natural greens and browns to a reddish hue like that of the Worldstone. Why, might you ask?
It's got to be Albrecht.
Exactly.
Accompanied by your witch and druid allies, you'll perform a ritual to locate Albrecht in the hive. From there, you'll head out on a dangerous quest to track him down.
And this is where you start seeing the effects of Albrecht and his Shardborn on nature. Twisted vegetation leads into unnatural growth, towering up from the ground, and at the center of it all, the Boil of Creation.
It's
Every time they say it, I hate the name so much.
fleshy, it's gruesome, and as we learn in our playtests, it is objectively sickening.
The art team looked into
Objectively sickening.
a lot of organic bodily growth for reference. Things like glands, lumps with pus, pimples, molds. We really like the idea of visualizing these boils as some sort of a tumor on the natural aspects of Charvel.
That's disgusting.
I know, but you guys wrote it though.
That's true, and I'm not sorry.
Bro, it is literally gross. Like boils and like oh again, I get it. I get it. I get what we're going for. But
Dire threats are emerging from Albrecht's paradise, and in this patch, you'll come face to face with the first of them, an all-new, more Shardborn than Shardborn monster family, the Boil Bird.
Now Ryan, if you thought the boil looked gross, these monsters are nasty. This new breed is more intelligent, so they take on a more humanoid form with some grotesque deformities.
As Albrecht's plans for Sharval and its people approach fruition, this massive Shardborn
also, by the way, the room they're in is called the library. It's a goated room. I love they keep using it for these interviews and whatnot, but like it's a really, really cool space in general.
hive rises to transform the land. You and your allies are Sanctuary's only hope.
Hey guys, can we get into Cycle of Strife?
Hey, John.
Hey!
You want a chair?
Oh man, I'm tired. You asked and we delivered. We're making some pretty major updates to Cycle of Strife.
Whoa! It looks like I've been summoned! Hi, I'm Richard Mady, Senior Game Designer in charge of metagame features. Here's what we're about to unleash. With the Cycle of Strife, we're aiming to put your personal stamp on the internal war on Westmarch. Over the course of the year, you will see more features geared towards this, starting with clans will now have a banner and sigil, giving each clan more of an identity in the Shadow War. So we look forward to clans rallying around their own banner. We're also
I get the idea they're going for here, but it doesn't do anything for me.
expanding clan management tools to lighten the load on clan leaders and make it easier to keep your ranks in line. To address the time commitment of Cycle of Strife, we're making updates and improvements to the assembly by shortening the timers and adding some proactive options to allow players to complete it in a more efficient manner.
Again, a lot of this is very vague, so it's really hard to determine what they're talking about. And I'm not going to break NDA for anything that I already know, but it's interesting how vague it is and like proactive in what way? You know what I mean? Like, can you schedule it yourself? You know, like I don't know how it can be proactive. It's interesting word choice there. Interesting to see how that plays out. Again, I don't think the assembly is a problem. A lot of people just AFK in it for like the 30 minutes to an hour it takes or whatever. I don't know. Interesting to see proactive though. That's an interesting word.
Raid the Vault is also receiving some quality of life improvements for the Immortals. Additionally,
again, I'm not trying to read too much of the word choice. For the Immortals. As the Immortal, it's not. I don't know what other quality of life you could add that we don't have. I mean, like thinking back to where the game was originally when it first came out, like it was so bad. You would have to get like a physical line and like organize yourselves. It's already immensely better. I don't have a problem with the Vault, especially as the Immortal. Like it's just you exist and you do it.
we're adding a new PvE activity for the Shadows with a face-off against challenging bosses solo or with a group of 4, opening a new avenue for Shadow players to contribute to the war effort.
Now, I like new events. The majority, think about it. Over 80% of the player base is going to be a Shadow, not an Immortal. In some cases, ever be an Immortal. I like that they're doing this. So a new activity is good. I just hope that the rewards are good as well. Now, it would be kind of cool if this took the place of the Shadow contract. So like, instead of doing, let's say 4 contracts, you just do one big fight. Like that'd be kind of cool, but we'll see.
Not bad. Nan, what you got?
Hey, I'm Nan Zhang, Senior Game Designer in charge of PvP. We heard your feedback, and we're making some exciting improvements to the Shadow experience. First, Shadow War is getting a major upgrade. We're moving to a new format that aims to deliver improved matchmaking for more competitive battles. So your clan will face opponents with similar performance, and every round will feel more meaningful. We're also introducing Shadow exclusive clothes, cosmetic rewards that let you show off your clan's progress, and the Legion's cross.
Bro, why does that look cooler than the Immortal one? Why do I want that now? And I wonder if this is going to reset. You know what I mean? Like, is it going to reset? Unclear. But this is a cool addition. Obviously, we have the Immortal ones. If a Shadow one is permanent too, like that's pretty cool. It'd be interesting to see how you upgrade it as well. But yeah, I think this is a good addition. This is smart. This is probably based off player feedback, if I were to guess. Yeah, and the changes to Shadow War is pretty exciting, considering a lot of the time, like your first 2 battles of the week are just going to be you against no one or you against a clan of an obviously smaller size. Again, considering battlegrounds matchmaking, I'm not trying to be overly like pessimistic, but it's going to be an improvement. I wouldn't say, I want to be cognizant of existing aspects of the game in matchmaking, and it'd be interesting to see how they do that on a bigger scale with so much variables is what I'm trying to say. How many, like all the different variables that go into a whole clan and making that more match is what I'm a little worried about. So this will be interesting.
A sanctuary. These will be unlocked through our revamped clan rank system, which now offers more ways to earn experience and rewards. We're also streamlining the shadow contracts to make them faster and more rewarding.
Thank God. I hate the shadow contracts with a burning passion.
So you can spend less time grinding and more time enjoying the game. We're excited to see how these changes improve your shadow journey. Kyle, it's over to you.
Hey, I'm Kyle Anderson,
Kyle's a goat.
and I'm a technical designer on Immortal. Basically, I'm the smarter, hairier version to that bald guy. I'm gonna pay for that later. Anyway, we're making it easier to obtain warband remnants by adding them as drops to Heliquary raids that you complete with your warband.
Nice.
Additionally, we're streamlining the remnant selection by removing the warband rooms and allowing you to directly see the remnants from each category and select them. We also have a new legendary gem coming out that we're sure you're going to want to chase called Haunt Cliff. The new gem is going to be dramatically increasing your survivability in PvP. Speaking of PvP, we have an all-new feature coming out to satiate your bloodlust. War games. Team up with your allies and challenge your rivals in custom PvP lobbies and rule sets, allowing you to play PvP on your terms.
This is sick.
With the launch of this system, you'll be able to select between Destruction's Call, PvP event from Ancient's Cradle, or the Tower War map and define specific rules for the match. These custom matches support up to 12v12 battles, depending on the map, and have additional open slots to allow spectators to watch. We can't wait for you to get your hands on.
Wait, and spectating? Oh my gosh. Okay, so fully customizable, not fully, a customizable PvP experience is exactly what I've always wanted in Diablo Immortal. Think about the tournaments you can now have on like a different basis. Like he said, up to 12 people. So that means you could do, or up to 12v12. That means you could do a 2v2 tournament. Oh my God, this is a 1v1 tournament. Like everyone go middle and just blow. Oh yeah, and then spectating, that's gonna be cool. I can't wait.
This feature and look forward to hearing your feedback.
And as with all updates, we're constantly refining, so check out our patch notes for all the latest details.
You couldn't just let me have the last word, could you?
Thanks so much for tuning in. The story of Albrecht and the Shardborn is far from over. At the year's end, we'll be releasing even more of the Sharval Wild Zone. But for now, we hope you enjoyed the new farming, exploration, and story content coming in Flesh Harvest. Read our patch prequel comic, Crimson Mass, if you want to learn even more.
The Cycle of Strife updates are a direct result of player feedback, so thank you for making your voice heard.
That's awesome.
And we'll see you in hell!
Mass, if you
Hold
want
on.
to learn even more.
The Cycle of Strife updates are a direct result of player feedback, so thank you for making your voice heard. And we'll see you in hell!
It's like all 6 people working on Diablo Immortal still. No, I'm just kidding. That's actually really, really exciting. I can't wait to jump into it. Like a lot of it is. Oh wait, look at his socks. Those some beer socks. I wasn't ready for that. That's awesome. Anyway, this is a really exciting, massive update for Diablo Immortal. Again, it doesn't necessarily tell us when it's coming out or over what time span. But again, this sounds really, really sick. So make sure you guys like and subscribe for more Diablo Immortal content. I almost said the wrong thing. And I will tell you why I almost said the wrong thing in tomorrow's video where I tell you and show you where I've been. So welcome back to the Misery Hates Company channel where we cover all things Diablo Immortal. See you guys later. Bye.